My name is Lauren Loyacono. I'm a composer. I also am a composition and music analysis teacher at Special Music School High School. I'm currently in Hamilton, New York, which is an hour outside Syracuse, where Colgate University is, which is where my fiance teaches. I've been here since early March. And uncertainty. Certain times I'm scared, certain times I'm bored, certain times I'm overwhelmed, and certain times I'm just focusing on doing what I can with the moment. And sometimes, I'm sometimes a little bit happy to have all this time with my loved ones, though also wishing I could go outside. China was the first country majorly affected. And so we were having a lot of communication with Hong Kong about, can they even fly in? Do we need a backup plan? And so we'd already started changing our plans in early February for that because we thought they weren't going to be able to come.
With many European countries now on wartime footing, a haunting image today, the Italian military
Realizing, no, I think this is going to happen here too.
It's hard to imagine New York looking like this.
A state of emergency declared in New York as the coronavirus spreads across the country. The number of confirmed cases soaring to at least 89 statewide. 11 in New York City, including an Uber driver, a man in his 30s, hospitalized in Queens.
And so I think the first week of March is when I called the other musicians and said we need a backup plan, and we came up with 5 plans for the festival to go through, A, B, C, D, E, best case to worst case scenario. By the second week of March, we were already on plan E, the worst case scenario. And then at that point, everything changed very, very quickly. But I mean, by that point, I'd also already left New York because I was nervous. My fiance is up here. I didn't want to be stuck away from him for a long period of time. I think there's a certain state of mind you get into when when an emergency is happening, and this was an emergency, in ways a very slow emergency, but it was still an emergency where you kind of have to just do what needs to get done and think, you act first, think later in a way, which is the opposite of how I ever like to do anything. I like to think for ages and ages and ages and act at the last possible moment to make sure I did the right thing. But you don't have that luxury in a situation like this.
Every time you are near, just like me, they long to be.
Now it's sort of like, okay, so we're over that first hurdle. Now I can take a moment to breathe and actually do the things for myself. But it was hard to do that at first. And I think it's actually less about being around people as much as having like a change of pace. Like, something when you're composing and you're stuck, changing your scenery is a good way to jolt yourself into thinking differently, and that's not possible. My choices right now are kitchen, living room, front step, bedroom, bathroom. Those are my places I can walk to. Just being able to work on something together felt really good, and it made me feel excited about composing again, just because it was like, oh, even though things have stopped right now, there will be a world again where this piece happens. I just have to wait for it.
That you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon just in your hair and put a starlight in your eyes so blue. That is why all the girls in town follow